Hey everyone, listen up. Today I've got a tale to share. Meet Max and Harry, two tough mountain farmers who lived side by side with no running water at their humble abodes. Now both of them needed plenty of water for their families and crops, especially during the dry spells when the heavens refused to open up. On those rare rainy days, they'd scramble with tubs and buckets, but eventually their makeshift water supply would dry up, leaving them with no choice but to venture up to the river for more. But here's where the tale takes a turn. Max came up with a solution and decided to dig a well. Sure, it took him ages to excavate, and then more time to reinforce it, but boy, was it worth it. On the other hand, Harry wasn't keen on investing all that time and effort. Instead, he opted for a quicker solution, striking a deal with a local lad to trade food for water barrels hauled in by the lad's trusty cart. Fast forward a few months, and guess what? Max had a steady supply of water, free of cost and right at his fingertips, while Harry was stuck, reliant on the lad and his cart, constantly paying out goods to keep the water flowing. Plus, with him being the only cart owner around, Harry was pretty much at the lad's mercy. When the lad wasn't available, Harry had no choice but to borrow or purchase water from Max's well. So, in this thrilling tale, Max's well shines as a glorious asset, while the lad and his cart turn out to be a pesky liability.
Really want to have the nice things of life. Focus again on assets. Is that if I want a new Rolls Royce, a new Ferrari, I buy the asset first.
In this story, the difference is pretty clear, isn't it? Yet, many people still mix them up and make decisions that don't quite hit the mark. So, in this video, we're going to do something as valuable as Max as well. We're going to give you the keys to avoid falling into the same trap and highlight some less obvious cases and common mistakes that most people make. But before, subscribe now to this channel so you don't miss your weekly dose of valuable insights on money, business, and investments. Let's kick things off with a straightforward explanation. In financial accounting, an asset is anything that can be used to create value, typically in the form of money. Now, onto a tricky topic. One area where people often get confused is when it comes to buying a house. Do you think it's considered acquiring an asset or a liability? I'll give you a few seconds to think. The answer is, it depends on what you're going to do with the house. If you plan to sell it for a profit or rent it out, it's an asset because it's something that will add money into your pockets. But if it's for personal use, it's a liability, especially considering the mortgage and maintenance costs involved. That takes money out of your pockets. I'm not saying that buying a house isn't necessary sometimes, but you have to be very clear about which column you place it in. Now, what about cars? Well, some people might think that cars can be assets because they can be resold. However, 99% of cars are likely to sell for less than their purchase cost, and an asset should generate a profit. So, they belong on the liability list.
So the definition of liability, does it take money from your pocket? And for an asset, does it put money in your pocket? So I started off when I was 25. I had a little one-bedroom condo, and it put $25 in my pocket. It was a start. So this was good debt. The debt also went out and paid, but it also put $25 in my pocket. So today, my wife and I own 6,500 of them. And every month, 6,500 houses put money in my pocket.
Of course, there can be exceptions to this, such as historic or collectible cars that can appreciate in value. Clear so far, right? So let's move on and distinguish between tangible and intangible assets. Tangible assets are the physical ones, such as land, property, equipment, cash, and inventory. On the other hand, intangible assets like brands, patents, and copyrights are not physical, but still hold significant value. However, owning intangible assets also comes with some challenges or risks. Real assets tend to be more stable and less volatile than financial assets in the long term, but they may also require more capital maintenance or management. Financial assets tend to be more liquid and diversified, but they may also be more susceptible to market fluctuations or inflation. It's wise to have a balanced portfolio of both types of assets to optimize your returns and minimize your risks. Join our community and start learning with our engaging video pills. Subscribe now for access to a treasure trove of knowledge. Don't wait. Boost your knowledge today. Now, consider this. Do you know what could be your most valuable asset? Knowledge, the intangible asset. By acquiring valuable skills, you become an asset yourself. Entrepreneurs are willing to pay for expertise that helps grow their businesses. Learning is crucial, and the more your knowledge grows, the more you can earn from it. You can gain knowledge or skills from various sources like books, podcasts, online courses, mentors, or personal experience. The more you learn, the more you grow, and the more you can earn. In that spirit, I've included a book recommendation in the description to supercharge your journey and help you achieve your goals. And that's a wrap for today's video on understanding assets versus liabilities. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.